So, ladies and gentlemen, match number 2 on this afternoon's programme. This contest for the Rumble European Championship and belt that goes with that title. It's to be wrestled with a time limit of 8 3-minute rounds with 2 falls, 2 submissions, or the 1 knockout to decide the winner and the title. Presenting and introducing to you, coming from the red corner, the defending champion, wrestling's very own mean machine, Mark Trew! And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, coming from the blue corner, one of the leading contenders, and this afternoon, the official challenger from South London, Dynamite Danny Black! 8 3-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or the 1 knockout to decide the championship. The first round.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron X. Welcome back to the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel. A European Championship matchup. Mark Trew, the defending champion, who successfully defended his belt just days ago against Jordan Breaks in this very same matchup, a British Rounds matchup, is now facing Danny Black and defending his belt against a close personal friend. Mark Trew, the meme machine of Rumble Wrestling, truly, in many people's eyes, including myself, arguably the breakout story of 2023 in all of professional wrestling, and what a stunning end to the year he's had, arriving on many of the biggest platforms in the country, but none are bigger than the European Championship being defended here. And you notice corner girls once again in effect. Heidi, the corner girl for Danny Black, and Rebecca, of course, the corner girl for Mark Trew, who's showing off a little bit of flexing. Oh, an ounce of body fat on this guy, has to be said. And referee Dave Macro is going to be in charge of this traditional British Rounds matchup. 8 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. First individual to get 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout will be the winner and the European champion. Danny Black, obviously a preeminent favourite in so many people's eyes, and also one of the most popular young men in all of British wrestling, much less here at Rumble, and the fans adore him. Mark Trew, on the other hand, as you can probably tell, not overly fussed about what these people here in Ditton think about him. Never mind the fact it's sold out here at the Ditton Community Centre for our Christmas Cracker Tour as we come crashing into 2024, and there's a lot more coming from Rumble Wrestling, by the way, in 2024. Check out rumblewrestling.com, ladies and gentlemen, to get tickets and find out where Rumble Wrestling is going to be in proximity to you. And we are making debuts in some magnificent places next year, including London and a brand new stunning venue at the Orchard in Dartford. And if you want to be part of that, all you have to do is go to rumblewrestling.com and buy yourself a ticket for the event of your choice. Family-friendly wrestling at its very best in this country. Traditional British wrestling with traditional family values. Mark Trew, right now, being worn out a little bit, dare I say, by Danny Black, but this is a feeling out process. You'll see this in a British Rounds matchup. The Lord Mount Evans rules have been in effect for decades. This traditional style of British wrestling truly does test the stamina and the mental acumen, the prowess of a professional wrestler. And that bell signifies the end of round 1. And Mark Trew, very much looking to wind up Danny Black, I think, trying to get inside his head. Mark Trew insistent that this crowd keep their mouths shut while he wrestles. There's Mark Trew's corner girl, Rebecca. Extremely popular backstage here at Rumble, and rightfully so. Two very lovely young human beings, Rebecca and Heidi. And of course, the corner girl or corner boy, a massive tradition in professional wrestling, and our very own Compare, the master of ceremonies that is Stephen Barker, of course, knows all about being in the corner of some of the best British wrestlers, the legends of our time from world of sport. And it gives us great pride and great pleasure to continue that tradition here at Rumble Wrestling. Wrist lock control by Mark Trew. And now, oh, look at the athleticism from Danny Black using that kip up to just discombobulate and escape from Mark Trew. Sends him up and over. Now Mark Trew once again heading to the outside. I don't think he can handle Danny Black's pace up until this point. He's got the devilishly handsome Matt Raven, who's at ringside taking photography. He's even got him scrambling away, looking for high ground. Of course, if you want to see Matt Raven's absolutely stunning photography, the best place to do so is either on his social media, Matt Raven, South of Heaven Photography, or check out the Rumble Wrestling Facebook page, where all of Matt's stunning photography is uploaded for all of you to see. We highly recommend you do so, and we thank Matt Raven for all he does for our illustrious company. And Matt, wow, Mark Trew right in front of Matt Raven's lens. He's trying to wear out Danny Black. Looks like the technical prowess has been removed for a moment in favour of some vicious strikes, but we head back to the headlock itself, and referee Dave Macro checking on things as always, and Dave Macro has had plenty of experience refereeing Mark Trew firsthand, who just runs through Danny Black with that shoulder block, and a lot of flexing and a lot of showing off here from Mark Trew. Do well to pay attention. Oh, beautiful leapfrogging. Makes it look so easy. Beautiful leapfrog buster. Just that kind of victory roll into a face buster from Danny Black. Wild offense, and nothing wild about that. Just a vicious kick right across the chest, and Danny Black, I think, is looking to take to the skies once again. Textbook standing moonsault delivers with the pin and a 2 count. Danny Black knows he was just moments away, just a fleeting second away, dare I say, from taking a 1-0 lead in a best-of-3 essentially scenario. You think about how many legends of this game have won so many prestigious belts via the British rounds, and oh man, a vicious back elbow from Danny Black comes crashing into Mark Trew. Now a pinning combination in the middle of the ring. Mark Trew, we saw this against Jordan Breaks. If you've seen that on our YouTube channel, and I highly recommend you do so, because it was an absolute instant classic, as you'd expect with two wrestlers of that caliber. Mark Trew tends to be quite slow out of the blocks in the British rounds, but the longer things go, the better he tends to get. And after round 2, it's still 0-0 in terms of falls and submissions, etc. But Danny Black certainly with the upper hand. But that's the interesting thing about British rounds. It's not based on points like boxing. It's based on falls or something. Oh, come on. Mark Trew. You've got to stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen, but that's a bit much. Danny Black does not appreciate getting a coating at the hands of Mark Trew.
Round 3.
That's the difference between these two men. Mark Trew looking to get any advantage again. Oh, I think he was looking for a cheap shot there, and he walked right into GTS right at the beginning of round 3, and Danny Black takes a 1-0 lead, and Mark Trew was hoisted by his own petard. Well, that's a stunning start to the third. The third round begins and ends in seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, after just 9 seconds of the third round, that's the first fall of this championship match to the challenger, Danny Black!
That tells you everything you need to know, as Stephen Barker lets us all know. Danny Black takes a 1-0 lead.
Seconds away, round 4.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, a fall or a submission signifies the end of a round immediately, and we're already into round 4. 8 rounds. Danny Black now has 5 rounds to collect himself, beautiful suplex there, to collect himself 1 fall of submission and become the new European champion. And Danny Black has come so close to winning that belt on so many occasions. Danny Black has been extremely busy trying to cash in his contract in the case on Tate Mayfair's. And now here in Ditton, looking to try and capture just days later the European Championship from Mark Trew, who has held that belt ever since he captured it in a stunning upset over Joe Lando, who's of course one of the close personal friends that Danny Black knows so well. Danny Black even applies a lot of Joe Lando's moveset to his matches, vicious clothesline. Well, Mark Trew, you can see Mark Trew is rocking a little bit, struggling for air, and now a standard chokehold here applied by Danny Black to Mark Trew. Mark Trew is looking to escape pretty early. Knees to the midsection, a forearm to the back. Danny Black is in full control as we speak in round 4 of this British Rounds matchup for the Rumble Wrestling European Championship. Oh, and I think Danny Black was looking for a GTS, but Mark Trew raked the eyes and a stiff lariat right across the chest and the face. That'll halt your progress. It certainly did for Danny Black's sake. And now Mark Trew can go to work and do what he does best, which is violently dissect his opponents. And this is something we were talking about earlier. He may take a little bit of time to get going in a British Rounds match, but once he does, he's damn near unstoppable. And no amount of technical prowess from Jordan Breaks was able to stop Mark Trew from collecting a win. Although it also has to be said that Mark Trew had no issues in using the ropes to ensure a victory over Jordan Breaks. Back elbow to Danny Black from Mark Trew. Mark Trew, you notice the pace has slowed right down. And not entirely sure why he felt the need to flex there, but nobody wants to get inside the head of Mark Trew. That is an ugly place to be, just like that kick to the back. You can see the attitude has changed a little bit. Dare I say, there isn't as many fun and games being had by Mark Trew now. He's now genuinely trying to choke the life out of Danny Black. And referee Dave Macro, he's on top of things, and he has to be, because Mark Trew can get away with a lot if you're not paying attention. You see Danny Black a little bit discombobulated, struggling, and oh man, that's not going to help Maz at all. Violent Irish whip into the corner. That whiplash effect will damage the lower, upper back, even the neck. Mark Trew knows exactly what he's doing. No spine means no time, and you can see right there, and Mark Trew just standing on the back of Danny Black's head. And I was going to say, referee Dave Macro has to do something about that.
At the end of the round, the referee gives first warning to the champion, the Mean Machine, Mark Trew. First warning.
I'm not entirely sure what Mark Trew was expecting there, but maybe he's happy to take a public warning. He's allowed 3 strikes before he's out, and I think, dare I say, there might have been a cerebral nature to that, because Danny Black can't even stand right now. And now, yeah, exactly that. This is mind games at this point. Danny Black is absolutely enraged. That's round 5 as we begin.
Sorry, round 5.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barker. And round 5 begins, and now Danny Black has it all to do. He's in big, oh wow, you have to say whether you like Mark Trew or not, that is stunning athleticism. A stalling drop kick in midair from the Mean Machine. Mark Trew catches Danny Black flush. Is that going to be all? Just a 2 count. There you go, you see it on his face, even saying to the camera crew from WrestlePlug here, yeah, that was free in my book. Mark Trew needs to spend less time being facetious and more time staying on his opponent, because he is, by the way, still 1 fall down in this European Championship matchup with just 4 rounds left. We're in the middle of round 5. Wow, vicious right hand by Danny Black, who's in fight or flight mode. Mark Trew reverses the Irish whip and just barrels into Danny Black in the corner. And now he's going to look to apply a very strong chin lock chokehold, and there's Heidi cheering on her competitor, of course. Danny Black in the corner, still trying to get behind Danny, who's really struggling at the moment to build any kind of offense, and that's not going to help either. A headbutt to the back of the neck, and Mark Trew has been very smart in zoning in on the head and neck of his opponent, now just choking the life out of Danny Black on the top rope. Look at that, and he needs to be very careful though, because he's already suffered one public warning at the hands, shut your mouth goggles, were the words, by the way, in case you didn't hear. My apologies to anybody who might be slightly focally challenged. And Mark Trew needs to be very careful he doesn't pick up another. Oh, look at him, he's mocking Danny Black, he's mocking the fact that he can't walk, and Danny Black is going to take, trying to take exception to that, but Danny Black's struggling to put any weight on that left leg, but he's able to fire up on Mark Trew. I think, wow, that torpedo-like headbutt from Mark Trew caught Danny Black flush in the corner, and for anyone who knows Mark Trew well enough, the torpedo Moscow, the springboard flying headbutt, you can see his corner girl once again, Rebecca, vehemently cheering on Mark Trew in this British rounds matchup. Just one of the many important jobs that the corner girls can bring to this matchup. And ultimately, Mark Trew is taking full advantage of everything he can get, and I think he's looking to just end Danny Black here by power driving him into the floor. And you think about all the pressure, all the time and energy that he spent on Danny Black's neck and head. Oh no, beautiful back body drop, just raw power muscling Mark Trew up and over. Mark Trew out on the apron, that's very smart ring positioning. You can't be pinned from there, especially if you're wrapped up on the ropes. And now, Danny Black struggling, trying to get some blood flow, no doubt. Oh man, and Mark Trew, right at the end of the round, every step of the way, seems to have the advantage on Danny Black. But the one thing he doesn't have right now is a pinfall or submission to his credit. But out of the two of them, it's pretty obvious who's worse for wear right now. Danny Black is struggling in the corner. He's not even on his feet, and Mark Trew certainly looks every bit the European champion we've come to expect.
Seconds away, round 6.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Round 6, just 3 rounds left. Mark Trew is in full control, but might I remind you, ladies and gentlemen, he is still 1-0 down in this matchup, which means that somehow, astonishingly, if Danny Black can survive this onslaught, he will be the new European champion. But currently, it's 1-fall to Danny Black with Mark Trew in firm control. Mark Trew, I think, is very confident in his abilities, and rightfully so. He is one of the best professional wrestlers in the world right now, but Danny Black is firing up, and Mark Trew trying to cut him off. Irish whip. Oh, look out. I think he was looking for a reversal. Oh, wow. Talk about excellence in athleticism. That drop kick was on the money. A absolutely prime example of how spectacular the athleticism of the close personal friends is. And Danny Black applied all of that ability. He was in the rafters with that drop kick. And you cannot talk about world-class athleticism and professional wrestling without talking about Mark Trew and Danny Black. And now both men a little bit wobbly on their legs, just trying to get a measure of each other. And Danny Black getting the blocks in here, and that was a vicious forearm strike. And Mark Trew looks a little bit worse for wear, and I think Danny Black is looking for a second GTS, and if he does, we're going to have a Rumble champion. Oh my God, and Mark Trew put the block on, very smart, vicious headbutt, and now the brain buster is applied and delivered. Driven into the canvas is Danny Black's head, and Mark Trew has equalled things up here. Indeed, it is now 1-fall apiece in this European Championship matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute 42 seconds of the 6th round. That's the second fall of this contest. It's an equaliser to the defending champion, the Mean Machine, Mark Trew. 1-fall each. 1-fall each.
Well, as always, the fabulously dressed Stephen Barker letting us know 1-fall each, just 2 rounds left. Round 7 is up and coming, and you can see once again Danny Black much worse for wear, and even worse for him.
Round 7.
Round 7 indeed, and even worse for Danny Black is the fact that he is now no longer in advantage when it comes to this matchup. He doesn't have that one fall advantage. Mark Trew's equalised, and you've got to think Mark Trew heavy favourite now to take this championship matchup. A clothesline on Danny Black. It has been pretty much all Mark Trew. Mark Trew telling us it's over. Is that the case? We're about to find out. Danny Black certainly does not look in any fighting condition right now. And, oh man, maybe looking to deliver another brain buster, but Danny Black put the blocks on, rolled right through, and just like that, Mark Trew could have lost his European Championship, and that is what is so dangerous about this best of 3 full scenario, essentially. And Danny Black able to counter over the top with the roll up using the ropes. Danny Black once again, I think, was almost about to catch Mark Trew. Cool shot. Oh wow, enziguri right across the face from Mark Trew, who almost got caught twice by Danny Black. He might have equalised, but he still needs to be extremely careful. Stun dog millionaire out of absolutely nowhere by Danny Black. We talk about athleticism. Is there anything more exhilarating and thrilling than a manoeuvre like that being hit in the middle of the ring? Mark Trew was looking for that suplex, that twisting counter into the stunner by Danny Black, catches Mark Trew flush, and now again putting the block on, and Danny Black trying to build some momentum here. Needs to be very careful though, because last time out, that's exactly what got turned around into the equalising fall. Ducks the close on, beautiful running into Guru by Danny Black, catches Mark Trew flush, and now you can see the fire, the energy, the enthusiasm of this young man. You can see why he's one of the most likeable men in European wrestling. Mark Trew escapes from a roll through and a discus uppercut, catches him flush. That Japanese-like strike. Oh wow, code breaker by Danny Black as he was being pulled out of the corner, and now Danny Black looking to gain some momentum. Head scissors into the pile driver. Oh my god, Mark Trew is absolutely out cold, and the only thing that saved him is the fact that he was somehow able to roll right through and out of the ring. And as you can see, Mark Trew is on the floor right now. He is not in good shape at all. Jesus hellfire, did you see the absolute collision as Mark Trew's head spiked into the canvas? Danny Black knows that he's got to get Mark Trew back, and he's pretty much out cold. If he can get him back in the ring, Danny Black could be European champion. And man, and dead weight is the hardest weight to move, as anyone will be able to tell you. And Mark Trew is completely out cold. Look out, Mark Trew, I think there is a little bit of life there, but good God, the collision as Mark Trew's neck and head was driven into the canvas. And Danny Black, that's the end of the round, and Danny Black knows that might have been his opportunity. Danny Black had Mark Trew beaten, but arguably the laws of gravity have defied him here, ironically enough, when you consider the athletic prowess of Danny Black. But Mark Trew.
So with 1 fall apiece, seconds away for the 8th and final round.
For the final round, he's 1 fall apiece. I tell you what, Mark Trew certainly does not look like somebody who's willing to go another round to defend his European Championship. But both of these men are utterly exhausted, just trading strikes. And Danny Black, so close. Once again, people will argue should be European champion, but the bottom line is he cannot get a pinfall, and if he can't get that, then it's tough nada. Now Danny Black, look at the fire, just asking Mark Trew to strike him. I think he's trying to use Mark Trew's offense to will himself back into the fight. Now both men just trading strikes. Less than 3 minutes to be European champion. Who is going to blink in this duel of sharpshooters in professional wrestling? Danny Black now looking perhaps for that GTS once again. Counter, roll through. Mark Trew with a sunset flip counter. Oh, look out now, trading pinfalls, and both men desperately trying to get that fall, knowing so well what's important. Oh, look at that beautiful roll through into pinning combination, and the power of the midsection of both men to counter. Backslide applied. Wait a minute, Mark Trew's got his feet on the ropes. Mark Trew's got his feet on the ropes, and he's done exactly what he did against Jordan Breaks. He has stolen one by using the ropes, and he is still European champion. Mark Trew
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in round 8, the winner of the contest and still the European champion, the Mean Machine, Trew.
Well, the hat is intact and the championship run is intact, and a little pose in front of the best photographer in the game today, Matt Raven. Mark Trew has retained his Rumble Wrestling European Championship.